Hello and welcome to a little bit of late night map making with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB. You're very welcome. Well, if you were here for the last stream, you would have discovered, along with a few others, a little trick that is going to find its way into a tutorial. I'm not going to show you it now because we explored this at great length as several game restarts to see if this thing actually properly works, and it really does. I would say it's game changing. It's a bit late in the game for late in the day for a game changing new technique in map making, but trust me, it's definitely gonna work for some people. Right, so anyway, I was in Move It. Hiya random, hiya. So yes, I was in Move It. We were doing tree edging, which led to the revelation, which is going to be a tutorial sooner rather than later, probably. I seem to have a drowned tree or two here. What happened here? What happened here? Can somebody please explain to me why my trees are up to their trunks in water? I don't know. Maybe I did something upstream or something. I don't know. Well, we'll be doing the checks anyway later on. But I saw that there, so let's fix that there. There. This is... I've lost track of where we are. RCN's here. Hello, RCN. Right, okay. So this patch is done. This is definitely done as well. We'll come back with a tree brush later on and thicken all of this out. This is all definitely done. That's definitely done. This is definitely done. Should have put a pillar down to show where I got up to, but we were so distracted. You think it's uneven water flow? No, not on my rivers. Not on my rivers. I won't allow it. Oh man. So yes, so we have a new toy to play with random. I'm really quite excited. We'll be seeing that in the tutorial. Probably going to make it tomorrow. I think I have to. It's got to be done. It's too good not to share. And big shout out to Harry Plays and to Cuboid and all the others. But yeah, new techniques and new skills. God, imagine. I mean, I know it all came about from me saying I can't guarantee you're going to get the right size tree, which is true, right? And this would fix this. But the problem there is you're going to be going backwards and forwards. Like I've got the tree palette. You'd have the tree palette with all of the trees in all of the sizes. I don't know that I really fancy playing that game. So no, I don't think it's something that I'm going to be using here at all. Unless there's a specific point, a specific location that a specific thing needs to be done. But for what I was suggesting, like here, this tree, the small one, I can get by with that one there. But then you're never sure when you're going to get the big one. Like that one there was a big one. And there's no guarantee when it loads on somebody else's map that this will be the big one and these will be the small ones. So this would fix that. This would fix the guarantee, but it's going to add a whole bunch of extra work. And honestly, this is just something that I don't have the time for, really. We've got a countdown now towards Cities Skylines II coming, and I want this map out and done as soon as is possible, so I can start sorting out things like new graphics. There might even be a week where I'm not even on, with no content at all. Possibly. Not saying there will be, but things like new graphics, new intros, new merch. Need to throw all of these things. Because it's a reboot, and if I don't take advantage of it, I'm going to be closed trading wise for a week. So I think it's quite important really that we just get as ready as we can, and so I don't really see me going through choosing the right size tree. Don't feel it. Just don't feel it. But wow, what a tool that is. And to think it's been there all the time and you and I were completely blissfully ignorant. It's the best way to be. It's the best sort of ignorant. Blissfully ignorant. Wow. Hey ho. So yeah, we're just gonna do some linings with these trees here. Add some depth. I don't think it's going to be a long stream, this one. It won't, certainly won't be like the last one, which was what, probably about 3 hours, wasn't it? I think last time round. Let's what's this say? Last stream was 2 hours 14. Felt like longer. Felt like longer. But yeah, yeah, I don't think it would be anywhere near that because I got sleepies to do as well, you know. Gonna have a little bye nights. Definitely need my beauty sleep. There's no arguments there. Whew. Wow. Okie dokie. Oh. That's all done. Ooh, Harry said it has been there for 5 months. Oh, so relatively new, basically. Poetry Flynn. Hi, Poetry. I'm losing track of where we are. This is done. This is done. This is done. This island's done. This is done. This offshoot river. Hang on. This is all done. Did I go up that river? I haven't gone up that river. Right. Let's head up this river. You also need sleep, and you don't need to read a mapping. This is true. No, yeah, this is going to be done in maybe 2 weeks, possibly, with any luck. That's the plan. And I want to get on the chart show. I mean, we've got a chart, we've got a map from, again, another lesser known creator. Good creator. Well worth a high position. But there was a point where, you know, the likes of Bringer and Sidai and Ikanya and all these guys, they couldn't get onto the chart show. They just, maps weren't rated highly enough. And now we've got them, you know, tomorrow's one is high, really high in the, and, you know, it's, like I say, lesser known creator. So I'm hoping with a little bit of support, I might get voted up and I might even be on my own chart show. About bloody time I ain't got my own bloody chart show. Chart? Yes, it is a pile of chart. Oh, man. Oh. This was always the bit I was dreading. Just trees. Trees. More trees. More trees. Even more trees. And then once you finish with the trees, there's more trees. So you're on the chart twice. You might, well, I was about to say I could search for you, but you can search for you because you have the link. So I trust you. I trust you on that one. But yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy, full stop. You're up there with every single other item uploaded pretty much in the last week. And only once, to my knowledge, has an item of any description appeared on the chart in 2 consecutive weeks. So it's something. This is going to be fine. This is just edging. We'll come with the tree brush later and we'll flesh this out with a little bit of gentle woodland here and there. A little bit of just a little bit of fade and a little bit of finesse. I reckon this will all come together really, really well. I hope. Bloody well hope. How's this? Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I'd do it myself, but I've lost my login. I don't know what my login is for Google for that. I have a new one, and I can't remember the old one. And stumbled across it. I'd do it myself, but I don't know how many people use the chart one there. But it was more for inclusivity, really. So I wouldn't sweat too much. I mean, nobody's contacted us and said, "Oh, your chart thing's out of date." But guarantee, if I do make the chart when this is released, I'm gonna be working really hard on that spreadsheet myself. I've got to be on the spreadsheet. Ah, oh, man. We've got again a lesser known creator of the week this week as well. Might even be their first time on the chart. I haven't checked. I've stopped checking long ago. But yeah, it's a creator I'm looking going, oh, I don't remember you. Creator of the week. But do you ever get those dark feelings that no one ever likes you? I think my problem is because I set myself up as the map reviewer, which means if I mark down a map, people are not gonna like me if it's their map. So when my map comes out on the viewer's choice, it gets downvoted. Similarly on the workshop. BonBon's released the map. Let's head on over and mark his map down. So, I mean, I know Bringer gets a bit of that as well. He's always complaining about downvotes. So there's something to be said for people just being a bit malicious. And yeah, I mean, I guess I deserve it. But given that the map making fraternity is like on its way down, or the niche is on its way down, it might be that whoever it is who enjoys voting my stuff down might not notice that I've released a map. It's all very quiet these days, you know. I must face it, if I'm going to make the chart show, it's going to happen on the, when there's no competition, right? And the winner of the best looking man in the world is BonBonB, the last man alive. Well done for surviving the apocalypse. Yeah, it's just well done. You made the best map of 2024. You made the only map of 2024. Quality. It's so funny. But yeah, I don't know. Someone must like me. I've got 18,000 subscribers. One of them must like me. Those that judge will always be judged back harder. Absolutely. That's sort of thing Jesus would have said, yeah? It probably was. I don't know. I've heard the phrase, so it's probably somebody I should know about. But yeah, I never wanted it to be me judging. It was a showcase show at the start off with. Yeah, I'd pick out the blue ribboned map of the week, and then showcase a couple of others. But that's not good enough to get likes, is it? That's not good enough. People want ratings. They want which is the best map for me to play. You know, yeah, you're right. I always say make your own minds up, don't I? Always say that. This one seems to be in the water. Ooh. Did you all just move down there? That was a weird visual glitch. Alright, okay. Onwards. Oh, you made it up. Well, it sounds very profound, right? The sort of thing, like I say, Jesus or Malcolm X or Kaiser Sose or some Mahatma Gandhi. I don't know. Gunga Din. Crocodile Dundee. One of these really wise people thought of it. Oh man. Executioners and Supreme Court justices are hated for a reason. Once it's true. Executioners, only for a limited amount of time though. Executioners. Yeah, you hate them and then you don't care afterwards, don't you, really do? Lucky to be a bit in the shadows. In the shadows, you random. I wouldn't say that at all. Bloody heck. 3, Midnight Passage, Banekwa, and Nahu Happy. Yeah, now that was a map. Wonder why there was no mapception since at one point I was. Yeah, well, the chart is compiled on a Saturday morning, and Mr. Mason had that as well. He contacted me at one point when my tree was at number 1 all week. Well, it wasn't number 1 when I compiled the chart on the Saturday morning, so that's why you weren't at number 1. You have to draw the line somewhere, and it's the same with, you know, the Billboard charts or whatever they're called these days in America, and we have the Gallup, or not, it's not the Gallup charts anymore, but so, you know, similar over here, music charts. They have to do the cut off at some point, and usually records are released at a certain point. If they've got a chance of getting to number 1, they know that if a record is released on a Wednesday or whatever, the same with getting to Christmas number 1. If you release your Christmas single in October, it'll peak too early probably. If you release it on Christmas Eve, it doesn't have enough time to get to number 1. So you might release it, I don't know, 10th of December, maybe. Just give it time to get some momentum, and again, it might be after the 10th, it might be, you know, whenever. But yeah, there's going to be a time. And so it probably released Mapception on the wrong day. Maybe. I don't know. I think with Mr. Mason, he released Saturday's the worst day, I think. I think literally any map that's released on a Saturday becomes obsolete as soon as Saturday comes around again. So anything that's released on a Saturday stands little to no chance of making it. I mean, it can, but it's week's ratings basically are being lost. Well, the peak of the week. But I can't do anything about it. It's a Steam Workshop. It's what we have to play with. Whew. We got more. We got more. Hang on. These rivers. This river's done. This side of the river anyway. Let's do this side of the river now. you. Ba-dum. Executioners are more the consequence than the judge. They do at least have a choice, though. Correct. Alright, I had to release it on Saturday because... yes. Yeah. So that's why you didn't make it. Because it was a Saturday you released it. There we go. That's just unlucky, really. Saturday's the worst day. Sundays seem to do well. I think that Sunday you get plenty of time to get away to motion. But also... you get time for the haters that have a whole week to start hating on it. So yeah, Sundays, Mondays, up to about Wednesday. After Wednesday, you don't really have enough time to get the motion going. It's a tough one, really. Just feel your victories are determined by who you relate to most. You succeed as much as people. No, this is true. This is actually, well, you succeed as much as people like you is Instagram generation, isn't it? It just helps to have the more followers you've got, the more likes you get, the more likes you get, the more views you get, the more views you get, the more followers you get, the more followers you get, the more money you make, and it's a full loop. So being popular helps. But yeah, I think I've got to come up with a slightly different format for What's Map, because I'm assuming there's going to be a What's Map for Cities Skylines 2. My first instinct is something like where What's Map has been like a twofold thing fairly recently. Towards the end of What's Map, we had the What's Map week, which was the cinematics from the week, and the live shows, which were, I mean, limited views. What I'm thinking is, bear with me, the cinematic show with the ratings. I'm thinking making the lives public so anybody can watch them. We can actually do the exploring together. Making the voting, the viewer's choice, BonBonB only. So the people that are voting on it are the ones who are committed. You won't get these mass vote downs, which I have seen. I've also seen vote ups as well from people trying to play the system, and obviously where I see them I discount them from the viewer's choice. So I'm thinking something like that might work, where we'll have a I don't know how we're going to describe it. Haven't thought about terminology, but anyone who is a fully paid up BonBonB will get the votes on the maps, and we'll take the ratings off of the BonBonBs, which will give people a reason to actually become a channel supporter, because getting that free, well, not that free vote, but you know, the opportunity to interact. As the review will be done real time, it'll be sort of watchable. We'll be checking out the latest maps and stuff, and then I can do a cinematic show with the best of the maps of the week with my ratings, and then at the end of the month the viewer's choice or the panel choice or something like that. What's this? I don't know if paid voting. Well, the vote, it's again, first of all, we're going to have a big boost of new players. So way back in the day, we had, like, where are we? Something like 60, 70 people voting on each review. which is a usable number. It's one where if you get one person giving it a downvote because they hate it, it doesn't make much of a difference, or because they hate the creator. At the end, we were lucky to get 20 votes. Now, then, one person is 5% of the overall vote, so that became a problem. But I think if we make it BonBon Buddies only, while we won't be getting the huge numbers of votes, what you'll be getting is people voting who actually generally are interested and actually have some actual, passion for it. So, and again, I'll change the system. The system that we've got for the viewer's choice now will have to change. I'm not sure how I'm going to change it, because that's based basically on bulk votes. And if we're only going to have maybe, 10, it hopefully be more than 10, because we've got, how many buddies have you got at the moment? 60, something like that. Not many of them are active on the channel, but if there were 10 people voting regularly, that's better than just me saying, "Ooh, 5 stars for gameplay potential," which I'll still do that stuff because people like it. But in terms of a community vote, even 3 people is better than 1 person. So I think we could probably have that involved in some way. And people still then get all, because I can't put streams anymore behind a paywall because of the new terms and conditions. So I have to be a little creative with where the rewards are going to come from. And I think the people that are proper channel supporters are the ones that are most passionate. So are the ones who are most, and also know what they're looking at. One thing you found with the viewer's choice is the pretty maps would always score better. Sometimes you'll get a map with a unique mechanic or with outstanding detailing where you go, wow, that's amazing. The hours of work. Take poppies. That's never going to score super high because it's not playable. But the true map connoisseurs will really appreciate it for the work and effort that's gone into it. So I think just doing something where people can actually, if they want to, people support I get channel supporters who don't take any of the benefits at all. They just want to support, which is great. But just offering something, and then, because at the end, I was getting 600 views on WhatsApp and 20 people bothering to vote. Those 20 people, how many of those were BonBon Buddies? I honestly don't know. But they were, judging by the references, whatever that Patreon gives for their votes, they were mostly the same people each day, the ones that are passionate. Let's reward them, I think, with the ability to vote, I think. Oh, and the YouTube members as well, clearly. Alright. Oh, hello. I think making votes will hurt you more than not, ever since YouTube removes the sidecard voting. Now, yes, but the discovered you can put polls on the community page, and you can link it. Sorry, I waved my finger at the microphone here. It's weird. Why am I doing this? You listen to me. I'm really odd. So anyway, so I'll catch up with the rest of the chats in a moment. So yeah, the making it. This is. I'm not using this as a way to generate new BonBon buddies. The old vote system ended up being broken. It required a critical mass of votes. And the other thing with this now is because with the old show, I'm trying to explain myself here. With the old show, it was self-contained. It was a beginning, a middle, the end. Here's my ratings. You go vote on the show now. You vote on the map now. And I give all of the information so people can do it. With my new idea, with the way I'm planning on doing it now, the show that most people will sit and watch, which will be an edited cinematic, similar to how What's Map finished, will not give enough information for the general hoi polloi to vote on. There just won't be enough there. It's going to be mostly from the live views, the live reviews, where I'm doing the exploring of the map, and people can. And the thing with that is, you don't have to watch it live. You can come back and watch it later. And if you're a BonBon buddy, you can then formulate your impressions from that. You can even just skip over to the most interesting bits and formulate your impressions from that. So yeah, the old voting system, if I'm only going to be show each map for a minute and a half, it's not really going to be something that the general public are going to be able to make an informed decision on. So again, that also won't work for that reason. Where are we? Cam, hi Cam. Only five. Do you know what? My live streams never get a weight of motion, and that's fair enough. You know, it's people like me for my tutorials. People like me for me What's Map, and people are not bothered about watching me place down. Hang on. Let's give you a count. Let me give you a count. In the last 24 hours, I have placed down about 10,600 trees by hand, one by one. It's not thrilling. I understand it. I really do. But it's not thrilling. So I don't anticipate huge views. I'd like them, but doing this there won't be. I mean, it's a chance next week because I'm going to be doing some city building. But let's say city building, use that term lightly, for the 81 tile collaboration. But I don't see this is not going to get many views, is it? Especially plop, 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 plop. That woman, what she started with that. Oh man, there's Dev Diaries now start with people just going plop in the chat. Is amazing. It's so funny to watch. Anyways, what have you missed? Not much. But about 3,000 trees, maybe. I think you might have missed about 3,000 trees, Harry. That's all you've missed. I'm currently working along the shorelines of the rivers, filling out these clusters of yews, just to give the waterfronts a bit of depth. And it also means when I come back with the tree brush, we've got something fatter to brush up against, rather than going up against, basically directly up against the shoreline. So that's kind of the strategy here. It's fiddly, it's boring, it's mundane. It's going to run the battery out on my mouse. I've absolutely no doubt about that. Oh, man. But yes, so tomorrow I have got... Oh, tomorrow we'll be doing some more tree plopping. But I've also got that new tutorial. The new exciting tutorial. Thanks to Harry. Harry, you are a hero. Yeah, that'll be coming tomorrow. It's too good not to share. It's so good. So we'll be running one of those out tomorrow. Full credit to you and always to Cuboid. Always to Cuboid. Moving up. We've got a little bit of flooding here. I don't know where that's come from. Let's have a little look. I don't know where you have come from. I suspect you're just going to evaporate away. That might have been from a little bit of... I don't know. It's a little bit concerning. We don't have a spawn there, do we? No, we don't. Okay, hang on. Let me stick a pillar on there. Pillar... No, I can't put a pillar. Put streets... Oh, street sign's too small. We'll stick a prop car. There we go. Do you know what? I'm put some prop cars around it. There we are. That'll help find it. See where it is a bit later on. We've just got a national emergency message. Liquid petroleum depot blew up. Really? Wow. What country is that again, Harry? Holy macaroni. That's good motivation, yes. You might get... Do you know what? I think you're right. I did Twitch once and I got absolutely nothing. But you're absolutely right. I think I might maybe get more on Twitch, and it's something I'm going to consider. What am I doing here? I'm using Move It. That's what I'm doing. I've forgotten what I'm doing. I forgot what I'm doing. Right. Yeah, Twitch is something I'm going to look at. I'm also going to look at the possibility of restreaming on like Facebook. So I've got some stuff to do some research on. It's something I've been thinking about doing for a while, but there's always two other things that needed doing first, and everything gets put on the back burner, like the 81 collaboration. 81 collaboration on the back burner for a year because I just couldn't, you know, I figured I would not be able to do all the just dealing with 81 people all at once. It's a big ask, especially if while all at once includes you making well, as it was 6 watt maps a week and a chart show and trying to pump out a tutorial and the schedule show and whatever else. I mean, it's just and I thought there's just no way I could do it. I tried to work a way around it. Couldn't find a way of doing it. It's only literally now with what's map done, and all I have to do basically now is a little bit of map making, and thanks to Harry, a new tutorial. God, Harry, you make it work for me, mate. I don't mind. I love it when, like, it's for me. This is right up there with the outside connections tutorial. It's like, who thought about moving outside connections using Move It? I mean, why did nobody come up with that before? It's shocking, I tell you. So yeah, brand new technique that is going to be useful for some people, maybe. No random's going to use it. So exactly the sort of thing random would use, and you'd probably find, oh my god, I have just made an absolute mess in my pants. No, I'm exaggerating. Yeah, you know when you start thinking of things that you could use it for. Oh my god, I am literally. My mind is going 10 to the 1,000 at the moment. Oh, okay. Okay. Tonight, when I go to bed in probably about half an hour, I am just going to let my mind be as creative as that. I think that technique I might use on this map, but I'm not sure at this very moment in time where or how. But I think I will. I think I will. Whew. Really, really, really excited to find something that I could use it with. So where are we? Oh yeah, Romania. In theory, we're in the EU. In theory. Try a pump. Well, it's not. The pump is gonna clear it, but I don't want to clear it. I want to work out what's causing it. Is it a random, just a splash from maybe if I've been working upstream? Is it something seeping in from somewhere? Like some sort of like like for example here. Normally, if it is something like that, when you get up to the river edge, you'll see a right angle. So something like that. You'll see a right angle, and that right angle is basically a key that the water is feeding through the terrain at a point. But usually once you go into the terrain editor mode, you can look here, see this is wide, there's no way anything's seeping through this, and it might, I mean, where would it have come from? I can see it is a slight shallow there, but I don't know exactly where that is coming from. I think I'll do the obvious. Whop that out, so there's no longer a hollow there, and I will get rid of all of these little bunnies there. Say bye-byes. Bye-byes. Right, they're gone. That won't be a problem anymore. I don't know where. I just wanted to know where the water came from. That's all. And if is it gonna do it again? If it is gonna do it again, I want to find a way of stopping it from doing it again. Where's the problem? That's the question. No. That's not what I wanted to do. That's the wrong tree. I thought that was an oak. No, that's an oak. Well, it's not very well advertised. I don't know about the feature because it's not very well advertised. I've just been to the workshop page. Well, not just been, but I had to read through the workshop page, and I'm not seeing anything about it in the general the general features. It might have been one of those pop-ups. Yeah, when something is updated and they put a pop-up saying new features within the intersection marking tool, version 8.6. You can now do this, and it changes all of that. Maybe that was there and I did not read it, because that's definitely something that I would have not read. Where are we? Hang on a second. Let's pump up here. Let's catch up. I don't know. It's a try a pump. Right, we're Texas's poor brother. Oklahoma, no, lol, Romania, yeah. This is why Texas. Harry, do they know what caused them? Harry says, random, it's a joke. There's a big presence. Oh, US presence here, yeah. Because if there's oil, not yet. The EMS teams are still there because 3 more tanks might blow. Whoa, bloody heck. I wonder if there's anything on the BBC. The BBC, yeah, got a news team out there. Well, the front page of the BBC doesn't seem to think that your crisis is worthy of... Let me just click on that instead. Ukraine air crash kills 3 pilots. UK sprint relay take bronze. Most hated member of parliament quits the Commons, attacking the Prime Minister. That guy who kissed a footballer. Apparently it's not interesting enough to be on the news in the BBC. It's not good. It's not good. I would say that is definitely big enough. Definitely big enough. Network extensions 2. I love it. I love it. I love the tunnels. No other reason. You got the spinning wheel trying to load a new map to create. Oh man, spinning wheel is the worst. Take a pan-European train to Romania. First city you stop is Arad. The first flag you'll see going out of the station is the US one. Oh, I love the chat. Using them itself to base game networks. Yeah. Well, then the next map. There was an explosion at a Turkish base. First page. Oh, is it? Maybe the BBC. Oh, I mean, it's coming up towards midnight here. I imagine most of the editorial team have gone to bed. I imagine. So that's probably it. Anyways, let me carry on planting a few trees because this is way more important than gas explosions and Nadine Dorries quitting the Parliament. This disgusting, spiteful wench that she is. Not liked, basically, Nadine Dorries. Really unpleasant lady. How she got voted into Parliament, I don't know, but there you go. There are a lot like that at the moment in British politics. It's like, how? What makes you votable? I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't do it myself. That's the thing. I wouldn't. I'm not diplomatic enough. Oh man, definitely not. They'd drag up my YouTube and say, he said these things against the gays. I didn't say them against the gays. It was just me waffling and getting my words wrong. I don't have anything against the gays at all. It's just waffle. That's all it is. Just ignore me. Don't like what you hear? Ignore me. I'll talk about something else in a minute. Ah, no. Just a sad, lonely, slightly portly old man sat in a room on the south of England plopping down the thousands of trees with nothing to do other than to waffle. Oh, I know. Oh, first signs of heading towards bed, I think, there. I'm okay for a while yet. But yeah, it was a full day at work and then several hours of plopping. And we are making progress here. This is fiddly stuff, but I am a big advocate of these detail areas that you don't want trees. Yeah, you're right up again alongside the roads. If I'm going to put a forest, or put a forest around the highway, I'm going to be doing this along the edge of the highway. I think it's absolutely key that you do this, because it just prevents any trees encroaching. Then you don't have to go around checking afterwards. It might be quicker to go back and check afterwards. It's just like, oh man, what to do? One zillion one trees later. 1 zillion one trees later. 1 zillion one trees later. We'll all be merry and bright. Oh dear. And bum 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 bum. Diddly diddy. What we got here? As much as I loved Queenie and like King Charles, he has properties here too. No, that doesn't surprise me. He could also be King of Romania, as he's related to our Queen Marie. England looks... yes, we are a mess. I agree. We live in England for 4 years. Lived in England. Loved our time. Whereabouts in England were you? My son, when he was a young child, used to watch a cartoon named Kipper. Kipper. That was after me in terms of childhood and whatever. I think my little one was probably at that sort of age when Kipper was on, but I never really... there's not one that I know it. You've got to go to watch NASCAR. You go and enjoy your NASCAR, RCN. You haven't got to go, but I recommend you do. Get out, enjoy some air. Flying Man. Hey, Flying Man's here. Yeah, Cam, whereabouts in England were you? I'll let you know if I know any. It'll give me something to waffle about. And I go, that one time. Cambridgeshire. Oh, we're at Flatland. There are no hills in Cambridgeshire. That's a lie. But there are no... It's kind of flat up that way. RAF Alconbury and RAF upwards. Right, got you. I don't know those two specifically, but I do know Cambridgeshire is not the most uppy downy kind of area. Not the most uppy downy area, but very green. Very, very green. Not too far from London. Far enough, but not too far from Birmingham if you go directly across that way. I mean, again, we're not close. But in terms of transportation, it's not the worst place to be in the country. As I'm on the other side of London, I'm down on the south coast, and to get anywhere up north, to get anywhere up north, basically it's the M25. Have to go circumnavigate London, which adds about an hour to the journey because there is no alternate route. So yeah, I suppose I'd rather be... Mind you, that said, if you want to get down to the south coast, you've got to circumnavigate London via the M25. So, but why would you want to come down to the south coast when there are other coasts? But there is only one London, there's only one Birmingham, and so on. I'm going to see my dad. It'd be a 6-hour journey, but London's in the way, so it's a 7-hour journey. Are we done with this river? Please tell me I'm done with this river. I would love to be done, but no, we're not done with this river. We haven't done the top bit. Visited the Bovington Barracks, Royal Tank Museum, Marvellous Museum. Not been to it. but I am aware of it. What's the deal with the monarchy? You special. I can explain. I'll explain that to them. Just outside Huntingdon. All right. Yep. Huntingdon. Yeah. There's some big houses up that way. Huntingdon was say Tony Blair's constituency. I might be wrong on that. Hi, Gabriel. Right, what's the deal with the monarchy? Right, okay. It's complicated, is the answer to that one. We do pay taxes. It works out at just a few, I don't know exactly, but it's a few pounds a year each to maintain the monarchy. It's not a problem. Because, well, I say it's not a problem. There are people that hate it. There are people that absolutely hate that some of our money goes to people that have already got a lot of wealth. And basically, the money then gets paid via what's called the civil list. And basically, the monarch gets the payment. I think the monarch's spouse gets a payment. And if like I say, these when we had the Queen's mother, she survived her husband, she used to get a direct payment, but all the rest of the monarchy, they get nothing, and it's basically paid by the king or the Queen previously in whatever way that she sees fit. And it's a big chunk of money. The reason why they get this was, I can't remember which king it was, but it was, I think it might have been a Charles, it might have been a James. You're going back some way, 1700s, maybe 1600s. And he bankrupted himself. He was so heavily spending that he literally was bankrupt. And so he went to the Parliament, cap in hand, and asked if they could help. And they went, okay, sure. But of course, they're not just going to give him the money. So in return for his for a salary every year paid for from taxes, he had to give up the profits from the royal lands. Because the king owns quite a lot of land, and some of it is like used for farming. You get some of it used for vineyards, for wineries, basically anywhere that, and a lot of them will have properties on them where there are rents that raise money. So basically, there's profits to be had. And he promised to sign over the profits from the royal estates in exchange for a salary, which the salary is still paid to the monarch, but in return the profits from the royal lands are paid into the royal coffer, paid into the chancellor's coffers for the for the tax burden. Now, when the king went bankrupt, he was spending too much, and they weren't making quite as much money from the royal lands. Now they are professionally run businesses making millions upon millions. And last time I checked, which was admittedly pre-lockdown, so a few years ago, the profits from the royal lands surpassed what we pay the king by a magnitude of 10. So just from the profits from the lands that we have this agreement with, we make more money from the monarchy than if we didn't have a monarchy. Even though we're paying them millions out of our taxes, we're getting more from them directly. And then, of course, tourism. As millions, hundreds of millions, possibly hundreds and hundreds of millions from tourism every year, because we have a live active monarchy. I mean, people visit France, where they have all the they have loads of beautiful castles there, but none of them have the possibility where you go in there and there might be the monarch. Then you'll never see the monarch because the French don't have a monarch. Whereas there's always a chance, we say a very slim chance, that you'll bump into a member of the monarchy by visiting one of the palaces in the UK. So I think people like to visit the UK just for the, like, oh, I wonder if she's home. I wonder if he's home. So yeah, they do get paid from the taxes, but they more than earn their amount, what they pay. And the king is then an advisor to the prime minister. Although while he's an advisor, he's also technically the boss, but he doesn't actually make any decisions because we'd have a massive uprising. So basically, the prime minister will comes to him once a week and says, "Here are the things that we would like to do," and the king will say, "I think I agree with you," and they shake hands and everybody's happy. Or occasionally he might go, "Oh, you might not want to do that because," and then he'll have some knowledge that the prime minister doesn't have, and the prime minister can then go back and rediscuss it, and then still come back to the king. Like when we had Brexit, we all hoped that the Queen would go, excuse me, but no, this is a stupid idea." But because the monarch never, ever, ever overrides, which they can, Parliament, we had Brexit. But I suspect the Queen would rather have us been within Brexit, within the European Union, because she was all about greater ties. She was all about the Commonwealth, former colonies, and isolationism is never a good thing. Look at North Korea. Never a good thing. So I suspect, but yeah, it's a guess, but I think it's a strong, educated guess there. That's why. Yeah, but so we have a monarch. The monarch technically is the prime minister's boss. The prime minister reports to the monarch once a week to give all the bits and pieces. But while the monarch is technically the boss, they will not outrule, unless, of course, there is. If you've got a corrupt government, it's possible. But even then, it'd be really difficult for the monarch to actually do anything about it. Just leave it to the courts to sort out. Complicated thing. But yeah, there you go. So that's the deal with the monarchy. Good question. Good question. Where are we? Oh, school. Blimey, there's been lots of chats while I've been clicking away and waffling. What's the deal with the monarchy? Yes, done that. Blair lived just north of Huntingdon. Yes. Oh, there you go. And across the street from there we go. Blair. I kind of liked Blair. He was a proper statesman. You know, he held himself really, really well. He was well spoken. Whether you agreed with his politics or not was a different story altogether. And yes, Iraq. Ugh. But yeah, I kind of like Blair. How do you become a monarch? Well, first of all, you need to go back about 500 years. Then you need to have an army that's bigger than your neighbour's army, right? And then you need to go and fight your army against their army. It's called bigger army diplomacy, right? And then whoever's got the bigger army gets to be king. And that's how you become a monarch. It's simple. And then with the new lands that you've won through blood, you then can generate money from those lands to make you rich. And then in a few centuries later, you can be on the front cover of Vogue or whatever's. I don't know. What what magazines does the monarch appear in? I don't know. Monarchy magazine, I guess. Yeah, there's the answer to that one. Harry, my region in Romania was for more than 50 years a British colony. Really? Before it was sold to Romania. Before that, it was barren land with a few decrepit Was it decrepit villages because of the British? Was it decrepit villages until the British turned up? Or was it decrepit villages before the British, during the British, and when we left you sorted it out? Because none of those would surprise me. Harry plays my grandfather from Romania. There you go. Transylvania. Yeah. The one thing that everybody knows about Romania. Transylvania. Our friendship with the US is not due to oil, but the fact it's a 1918 president. Oh, Woodrow Wilson. Yeah. There we go. See, it's not about oil. Directly. We'll chuckle a bit about that one there. That explains why you're awake at this late hour. Yes. Yeah. Didn't Romania fight with Germany in World War II? It was a bit more complicated than that, I think, wasn't it? A bit more complicated. It was mostly Germany and Italy, wasn't it, I think? And Italy changing sides whenever they were losing. Sorry, Italy. 8 p.m. World War II. Yeah. Well, we play both parts. Yeah, more complicated than that. Yeah, started with the Germans after they switched sides. Despite that, the US company is still active here until 1947, and then the USSR, the invasion, and you're the wrong side of the wall or the right side of the wall, depending on your personal viewpoint. Oh, crikey. Ceausescu. Oh, wow. You read the biography? That's blinking heavy. Well done. For what I know, the king has more power in Australia and Canada than... that I don't know. I don't know exactly what powers... And they have the ultimate power over here. This is it. They have the ultimate power over here. They can, because like I say, what happens is the Parliament will pass a law. Let's say the law is, I don't know, every Wednesday there shall be a map review show hosted by BonBonB, right? So that's the new law. It's been voted on. It's been passed through Parliament, and then it gets handed to the monarch, the king, to review, and then the king signs it off. It's the king that signs off all new laws. He can choose not to sign a law. He has the ultimate power. And so he can just basically say, nope. So I don't know how that works in the former colonies. I say call it the colonies. It'd be not fair. No. No, our friends across the Commonwealth. I don't know how it works there. And there will be definitely, I'd imagine some of these smaller island nations probably far more interested in the monarchy, sort of like how exciting it is when they come and visit than maybe, I mean, clearly Australia, who would like, I think, to be a republic, I think. I wouldn't blame them. But yeah, the one thing that surprised me was with New Zealand, when they went about voting for their new flag. I really genuinely thought, in fact, if I was a New Zealander, I would have voted for a new flag. There was a really good design there. The one that won but didn't win by enough. That was a really good designed flag, and they should have had that. Very simple black and white motif with the fern. Gorgeous a gorgeous flag, that one. And it just would have gotten rid of the Union flag and the Southern Star, which is iconic, but it's from a different era. Come on. I'm not sure why any country, unless you really want close ties, almost reliant on the United Kingdom, somewhere like a Guernsey or a Jersey, basically 100% reliant on the United Kingdom for defences and trade and diplomacy. I get them having the British flag, but why New Zealand? What you don't need our flag. You don't need our stamp of approval. You are a proud independent nation. Go on and be it. Anyways, hang on, lost track. Up here, reminds me of America forcing Japan to stop being isolationist, then becoming somewhat isolated. Yeah, constant. Brexit means fraud prime minister. Hello, Kiki. Yes, don't. It's embarrassing. It was. Liz Truss was the most ridiculous appointment for prime minister. The most ridiculous. And what made it ridiculous for me was with the elections, the standard election, like effectively the cream rises to the crop. You put your best candidate forward and then the public votes for them. Liz Truss wasn't voted for by the public. She was voted for by the Conservative Party members. These are the people who know their party, who know the candidates better than us, because these are the people that subscribe to the party. These are like the BonBonB buddies. They know what they're, and they voted Liz Truss in. And when that vote came through, I'm like, what? It was so predictable what was going to happen. I didn't realise it was going to happen quite as quickly as it did with her, but my God. I mean, I'm sure she's very nice. I liked Mrs. May. Mrs. May was nice. I mean, I wouldn't date her or anything like that, but I thought, yeah, she was amiable and, relatable. But Liz Truss, while she's very nice, she's not Mrs. May. Theresa May had a brain on her. I mean, sure, Liz Truss has got a brain on her, but as proven by the way that she was quickly forced out, maybe she hasn't. So I'm just like, what? Oh, what a insane year. An absolutely insane year. Oh, then the British public being duped into voting for Brexit. In my opinion, duped. There are people who still believe in it. Respect to them. But I just don't get it. Better to be part than to be apart. Surely. Surely. Still, anyway. How's that? That's looking a bit better. I'm thoroughly enjoying all this clicking, by the way. Just thought I'd let you know. It's the best thing I've ever done since the last thing that I did, which I think was scrub some pans. It's almost as good as scrubbing pans, this. It's going to be worth it. Keep telling yourself that it's going to be worth it. That's why every now and then what I do is I do this. Just to see if the whole thing is looking any better than it was like 5 minutes ago. And I don't think it is. But I know that it just means that the next step of the tree painting is going to be better. Much, much better. It's going to start feeling very mappy. Oh dear, let's have a little look-see. Blimey, hang on a second. You're chatty. Me? I'm chatty. You're off. Cheers, Cam. Sorry, you might have said I'm off about half an hour ago for all I know. But cheers, Cam. Good to have you here. BonBonB, the British build cities, ports and rails. Oh, we do that. Yeah, well, ports. Not so much the rails these days. Italy acted like France. Yeah, Italy have a bit of a reputation from the Second World War. According to 86% of the Romanians and 92% of the Polish, we were on the wrong side of the wall. That's why we now made the B9 Bucharest 9 group to support the US interests in the EU. But yeah, well, yeah, what to say really. I don't want to upset anybody with anything, but let's just say you're welcome to be part of the European Union. Shame I'm not part of it, because my country doesn't want to be part of the EU. It sucks. It just sucks. Yeah, New Zealand should have chosen the Kiwi flag. Was it the Kiwi flag or the fern? There was one which was black and white. It was just a great design. It was the one that won, but it didn't win by enough. It's ridiculous. Funny you said that. Someone was just a Romanian, but other three. Yeah. Well, this is it. Central Europe. I mean, where do you draw the lines, eh? Where does Romania finish and Bulgaria begin? Probably somewhere. Anyway, you have to draw a line somewhere. Had 13 brothers and sisters. Wow. Only 4 survived coming to South America. Really? Oh my God. Oh my God. Starting in 2021 until 2028, we'll only have 2 prime ministers. It was agreed with Washington to have a 2-party national coalition with 2 prime ministers to switch every 2 years. Really? And that's agreed with Washington? Okay. With this trust, I thought this was our foreign secretary. Yeah, exactly. Like, mind you, Boris was foreign secretary. Yeah, I mean, it's bad enough he got to be prime minister, but foreign secretary is even worse because you're sending him as the example of like madness. Happy's looking. Thank you very much. We're getting there. Well, we're not at the moment because I'm reading. Economic point of view, Britain made the best choice. Ooh, did it though? Did it though? I mean, I don't know, and I don't think I'm certainly not in position to prove or disprove it either way. But my instinct is that we would be better in the EU. I know we were a major contributor in terms of the EU budgets, like is it us, Germany, France, and I can't think who the other big giver might have been. Italy, but anyway, we were one of the major contributors, and that was the thing that I think that upset a lot of our voters, that we didn't have control of our borders, which hasn't changed since we've gone out of Brexit. We still have a massive immigration problem, in fact, if not worse. And we don't have any money. So how would that be much worse if we'd been in the EU? We'd have free trade tariffs. We'd have no problems with people coming in and out of the country using the European passport. You know, we have huge queues. We have backlogged. Have we got any problems here? We haven't. We have backlogged stuff trying to get into the country because it all has to be checked, where previously it didn't need to be checked. It's a complete pile of crap. And the Northern Ireland problem was never properly resolved at all, because it's not possible to resolve it properly. You just, you know, people think of the UK as an island nation, but we're not. We have a land border with the European Union. It happens to be in Ireland. So in theory, you want to enter England, what you do is you take a plane or whatever to Ireland. You then walk across the border, because open borders have to be maintained because of the Good Friday Agreement. You walk across the border, then you're in Northern Ireland, and then basically the chances of you being checked are remote. And you could walk into England. It's a back doorway of getting into the country. And probably safer than jumping a dinghy and going across the busiest shipping route in the world. Because that is just... I'm just surprised there haven't been bigger problems. Question mark. Time will tell. Yeah, time will tell. Well, I don't know if it will, because we can't compare like for like. We don't know what our situation would be if we were in Europe, but it can't be worse than what we're in now. Definitely the wrong choice. I think it was the wrong choice. But again, there you go. Flyman thinks it's the best choice. You think it's the wrong choice. This is why, was it 52% against 48%? It's a very close decision, really. Anyway, so what you need to understand, no major decisions are taken in Romania without Washington having a word in it. Friday the US approved the budget. No shit. Mind you. Yeah, I kind of get it. Yeah. The budget for a common US fleet in the... Yeah, Black Sea is an interesting area at the moment. There you go, we'll go with that. There are 3 US military bases. Yeah. One of them I have your part-time job. Well, great. The back door is the better. The back door. I get it. Yeah, back door. Yeah. But yeah, that was the other thing. You've got to close our borders, and nobody really explained to the public why this was not going to be possible properly. And then we got people complaining like the queues at Dover are so long. We want to get to Euro Disney and have our holiday. And I'm going, did you vote for Brexit? Yeah. Well, you're going to have your passport checked. Because before we joined the European Union, to go abroad, you had to have your passport checked. And now you're going to have a passport checked again. It's like anywhere else in the world. You go out of the country, unless you have an agreement with your neighbouring country. I'm sure there will be some countries like that around the world. You have your passport checked. I suspect if you're driving from Canada into the United States or vice versa, you have checks, border checks. I suspect. And yet those are 2 allied nations. But there'll be checks. I know they have the free healthcare and whatever. They try and stop the export of meds for reasons. Oh man, oh what to do, eh? What a bloody world. We'll put the world right, one tree at a time, okay? I think that's done. I think those are done. So yeah, new tutorial tomorrow. I haven't started making it yet, but I don't think it's going to be a big task. I am still blown away by that. I'm going to keep saying, I'm going to be saying this for weeks. I mean, it's just such a how? And if more of the map makers knew about it, I'm sure somebody would have used it in the map previously. I mean, maybe they have been. Maybe they have been. Wonder what that's. Oh my god, my brain's going off on tangents again. Harry, I hate you. You've absolutely broken my brain with this. Absolutely broken my brain. Oh my god. Yeah, the ones on the I'll check the rest of the chat in a moment. The ones on the riverside are used, yeah. They are being used used, never mind, as willows because they've got a large overhang. I think that works really well alongside the rivers. Don't like that in the river. Can you get up off the bank a bit there? There you go. So yeah, I'm using them for the overhang. I think they work really well along the rivers. I do have another overhang tree that we might come and use in certain areas for detailing. But yes, they are the yews, and they are being used. And I don't know if I got the right tree. I haven't got the right tree here. I need you, the oak. Oh my god. That's the second one. I think the next one that comes along will be the one where we call it. Oh god, it's blimey, it's gone midnight. Okay. I get it. My body's telling me it's later than it actually is. How's that? That's alright. What's going on down here? I'm going to miss a patch. But it probably won't matter because when I go down with the tree brush, I'll spot them then and have to draw them in personally, manually, by hand when we get down there. But no, these are right. Wow. Where are we? What did you miss? Harry plays as an Israeli from November. We won't need a visa. Really? That's great news. Oh yes. No, didn't know, Kiki. Did not know at all. And nor did Random. I'm not so excited for that. We'll have to allow the Palestinians who have American... Oh yes. Not such a good idea. Is there ever a good idea? You come up with a good idea and there's not a good idea. Why does everyone know this? Yeah. It's absolutely new. And it carries across. And it sticks. This is basically all the things where you go, can I possibly use this? Yes. But what if I... No. Yes. But what if the person using my map doesn't... It's fine. Everything, all the boxes are ticked. It's not like intersection marking tool where you can put intersection markings on your roads, upload the map, and then the person at the other end hasn't got intersection marking tool. The map will still be fine, but they don't have the intersection markings. With this, they don't have move it. They still get the resized whatever. It's something unbelievable. Can I give you an overall view of the map for 3 seconds? That's a long time. Oh, bless you, Kiki. I used to, but because I haven't actually been doing anything active in maps or city buildings lately, I've just basically accepted whatever's thrown at me, you know? Just, yeah, when I start reusing a mod. Because the thing is, I can read it, but I might not use the mod for another 6 months, by which case it's obsolete or changed or another mod's replaced it. Your Discord link is broken. Right, I will Discord link. Discord link. Right, okay, that's another note for me to do. Was that in the description of the video? I'm guessing that's the one. Don't know why. I don't know why. But what's part of tree anarchy? Oh, yeah. Use it in tree control. Didn't save up. Oh, tree control. All right. It's all coming together now. It's all coming together now. Right, 3 seconds, right? I'll give you more than 3 seconds. Right, so we pull back. And we turn the map up that way round. So that's how we are currently looking in the tree coverage. I think we've double lined all of this up to here. We're currently double lining this area here. That'll leave us this area and then down here and down this bit. So we're probably a little over halfway on the double lining. But from that point, I'm feeling confident I could start dabbling with a tree brush. And then in terms of the tree brush, let me come back in here. So when I come in with the tree brush, it'll be, let's go with nail size down. I'm not going to do any tree painting, but probably won't even be that big. But yeah, I'll probably be working with a brush about this size, just to bring it all in together, and it'll enable it just like to cover a little bit quicker. But it'll be a lot quicker than one tree at a time. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going to use a brush much bigger than this. There might be a few patches where I'm doing, if we're going to do any forestry areas, I might go up to about this, I think. I think if you go out much bigger than this, you think of this as the tile. You don't really, you just basically, you might as well just spam it. So, yeah, I reckon when we're going along these edges here with the tree brush, I suspect around 69. That's an easy number to remember. Probably a bit about that size. Bye, Palladino. Yeah, I might be about getting close to bye time for me as well, I think. We've had a couple of yawns. It's now midnight here in the UK. But, yeah, we've made some good ground. Tree count. That's the best way of knowing how much ground we've covered. Again, started off with 569. So we've got about 12,700 individually clicked trees so far. 12,000 all placed with Move It. Click, 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 click. Oh, what an absolute lunatic, eh? What an absolute... And that's just these rivers. But the rivers are absolutely key to this map. The rivers are, I mean, they're just everywhere. So, yeah, make the rivers come to life. Thicken up around the outside. Put a few woods and forests. This is going to take a bit of tree work down here. We'll do some seams going up into the mountains. Not too high. There'll be quite a massive trees up on this plateau as well. Got to do some detailing around the waterfalls to make them just feel a bit more alive. Also going to need some trees in this valley too. And then some light tree work elsewhere. I'm definitely going to be well underneath 250,000. Got to. Because it's vanilla. That's the rules. That's the rules. But yeah. Oh. Trees along the river almost make them look like some comic books drawings. Yeah. At the moment they do, I think. At the moment they do. You've got to remember that we've got... This is the tree palette I'm going to be working with. We do have a couple of lighter trees that are going to be used for accents, just to break up the monotonous darkness of it. And we've got some bushes there that can be used for slight soft accents as well. We will be using this tree here. I've forgotten what that is. Hang on. Let's... Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. What's that one? That is the Eastern Cottonwood. We'll be using that in the mix with the live oaks, because I think they work quite well together as well. So yeah, I'll leave those two there for now. They're not doing any harm there. Right. I am going to go to bed. Tomorrow we have the chart show. I'm going to record that tutorial for this thing that everybody knew about apart from me and Random. Oh, hang on a second. Since I have the new brush, can you brush the trees alongside of the river with a size around 30? Yeah, but I'm too much of a control freak to allow that. I don't think I can... Yeah, I don't think it would really work for me. Because the actual river's edges is more detailing. So yes, it's for me. These are individually placed trees, and then as you move away from the river, it doesn't matter so much because nobody's going to really notice exactly what tree is where. That's just how I do it. Control freak. I like to control at least one thing in my life. And as I can't control even my bowel movements, I'm just kidding. You just hit the tree limit. Oh, no. Thanks for the stream. Hey, listen, you're very, very... Hang on. I've got a button for that. Hang on. You're very, very welcome. Oh, guess what else I've got? I fixed it. Are you ready? Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It's a back in the moment sign. I don't have to rely on my end screen anymore. Oh, I meant to turn that one off. There we go. Yes, I found it. I pegged it in. So yes, from now on, if I need to disappear for a second, we can use that. It's supposed to have music with it, but my music seems to be down. I've got so many things I need to fix. Yes, it's pretty, isn't it? Is it not pretty? I think that is pretty. It's beautiful. Whose channel is it? There might be a clue on there somewhere. Oh, hello. Anyways. I should check to see if the resized trees are saved even without tree con. You're making work for me again. Oh, God, no. Okay. No, move it. No, tree control. Right, I'm making notes here. Right, I'm not doing it now though. I'm going to go to bed. Yes, it'll look better with your buildings. It will. Once this map is finished, you're going to be posting the best screenshots. I know it. Back in your moment. You can do it. Just do it. I will. I'm not doing it now though. I'm really not doing it now. I'll do that in the morning. But I've had a really good time tonight. You guys have entertained me beautifully. Great chat tonight. Hour and 43. I don't know how to do a short stream, do I? I was only supposed to come on for an hour. But there we go. I'm going to go to bed. You guys are great. Don't have an outro. If you haven't hit the like button, now's the time to do it. Otherwise, you'll forget. And I will see some of you again very, very soon. Thanks, everybody. Take care. And it's been fun. Bye.